Okay, let's check our homework. What was our homework from?
Vocabulary sentence.
Sentences. So I checked a couple. If you typed out your homework on Google Drive, then I made some comments on yours. If you just took a picture of it, I can't really make comments to fix. So I've taken a couple of the sentences and we're going to fix them together.
Miss Lisa,
Yes.
my word is a bit. I cannot write on my word, so I need to write in Zoom.
Okay. Yeah, I saw you. As there was an accident ahead. So in this sentence is saying the traffic. So what does the word stalled mean, first of all? Who remembers what the word stalled means? B, do you remember?
Stalled mean.
Oh, in this sentence, we're saying the sentence is okay, but we can make it better. So did the traffic stop or was the traffic stopped because of the accident? What do you think? The traffic just stopped on its own or it was stopped because of something else? I need cameras on from everyone because I can't see who anyone is here. Okay, so let's say Lily. Did the traffic just stop or was it stopped because of something else?
It was stopped because of something else. So you should put the traffic was stalled.
Yeah, I think that makes it better. Okay, so the traffic was stalled because there was an accident ahead. Okay, so the accident caused the traffic to stall. Good job. Okay. Next one, I scanned on the shelf to find the comic book. How can we make this sentence better? Here is scanned. What does scanned mean again? Also, what does scanned mean?
To look over.
To look over. So how can we make this sentence better, Ciro?
I scanned on the.
In this sentence, we need to take something away.
I scanned, took away on.
Yep, we don't need to say on. Okay, if we're saying I scanned on the shelf, that kind of seems like we're taking our eyeballs out, we're putting them on the shelf, and then looking around. That's not the case. We're just scanning the shelf. Okay, good job. And last one, my friend beckoned to the whole school to make a party. So our vocabulary word here is beckoned. What does beckoned mean? Who remembers? What does the word beckoned mean? Hen?
Beckon means to like signal over.
Cool. But are we signaling over to the whole school?
No.
So what can we do to change the sentence to make it make more sense?
My friend beckoned to the whole class.
Okay, but if I beckon, I might do like a finger
to,
wave or wave someone over.
To his friends.
Okay, so we can say my friend beckoned to his friends. And then, but when you beckon someone over, are you beckoning them to make a party or what are you doing when you beckon someone? What do you think?
I think I can.
What do you beckon to your friends to do? To make a party or to do what?
To come to the party.
Okay, so we can say my friend beckoned to his friends to, instead of make a party, to come to the party. That makes more sense. Yeah, good job. So to come to the party. Okay. Does anyone have questions about our vocabulary sentences? I think most of them looked pretty good, just a couple of small mistakes like this. Did anyone have a hard time making a sentence with the words? No? Okay. So you're also supposed to read off and running as part of your homework. So let's talk about compare and contrast. So who can read to us about compare and contrast? Chimai, can you read for us, please?
When you compare, you find similarities. When you contrast, you identify differences. In the story Run Off and Running, Mattia and Rudy, the two main characters, are alike in some ways and different in others. As you read the story, compare and contrast their behaviors and thoughts. Use a graphic organizer like this one to help you.
Good, thank you, Chimai. So we know that when we compare, we tell how things are similar, and when we contrast, we tell how things are different. So I want to keep that in mind as we're going through the text. So we're going to talk about our two different characters, Miata and Rudy. Okay, so we'll do a compare and contrast exercise with them at the end. Okay, also infer and predict. Who can read about inferring and predicting for us? Boo.
Every 2 years, American voters choose people to represent them, state or federal government. The candidates,
So we're talking about infer, predict. Do you see at the bottom?
yes.
Okay, read it for us, please.
When you infer, you understand something that is not stated directly. When you predict, you use clues to make logical guesses about what might happen to the future. As you read Off and Running, use details from the text to infer what the characters think or feel on and to predict the future action.
Okay, good job. Okay, and politics. Let's see. Pizza, can you read to us about politics?
Every 2 years, American voters choose people to represent them in local, state, or federal government. The candidates who want these positions first run a campaign. They make speeches, debate with other candidates, and get to know as many people as possible. And if they win, they help pass laws and make decisions that affect the lives of American citizens. In Off and Running, the characters Miata and Rudy want to take part in student government. They want to influence how their school is run and what their students do. Each of them has specific ideas and a unique personal style. Their classmates must decide who will make the best leader.
All right, good job. Okay, so let's talk about our story now. So Off and Running. What's the genre of this story, Minnie? What genre is this?
It is a realistic fiction.
Can you read to us about realistic fiction?
Realistic fiction includes characters and events that are like people's and events in real life. As you read, look for realistic characters and events, characters' feelings that seem believable, challenges and conflicts that might exist in real life.
Okay, good job. Okay, so just from looking at this cover here, how can we tell that this is realistic fiction? Hey, Bill, what do you see on this cover?
Say again.
What from this cover page shows us that this story is realistic fiction? From looking at the picture, how can you tell?
It's some people with some drawing.
Okay. So we can tell that these are realistic looking people.
Happens in real life.
Yep. And they look like they could happen in real life. Okay, good job. So, all right, let's look at some questions in the text here. So at the beginning, can you tell what details show that Miata is nervous? So sorry, on page 87. Does anyone see any details that help us to know that Miata is nervous? What words help us to know that how she is feeling?
Miyata was nervous about the debate.
Say, where did you see that one? Oh, there we go. Miata was nervous about the debate. Okay, but I want to know more on this page here.
Miyata's nervous knees shivered and the lines on her palms ran with a sticky sweat.
Okay, good job. So the author describes how Miata's feeling by saying, Miata's nervous knees shivered and the lines on her palms ran with sticky sweat. Okay. So what can you tell about Rudy based on the way he speaks to Carlos and Jamie? So let's reread this part of the story. So from here down, who can read this one?
Yes.
Can you read for us, please? You see where I put the box around the text?
Yeah, let's knock it off, Rudy yelled, getting to his feet. His gaze locked on two boys who were pushing each other. Carlos, leave. He made alone. Save it for the playground. Carlos stopped shoving his friend and sat up as straight as an angle, which he was not. That's better, Rudy said. He then returned to his seat. Thank you, Rudy. Mrs. No problem, he said. Mrs. Cattilo turned to Miata and, with a smile, said sweetly, we are going to hear from Miata first. She is in room 6. Let's hear what she has to say.
Okay. Thank you, Sky. So, what can we tell about Rudy based on the way he speaks to Carlos and Jaime? Richard, what can we tell about Rudy? Richard, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Can you type it into the chat? Okay. Let's see. Dina, what do you think? What can we tell about Rudy? How does he speak to his friends?
Inappropriate.
Inappropriate? Why do you think inappropriate?
He said, yeah, knock it off. It is not, it is like talking to friends, not like talking to grown up.
Well, who is he talking? So who's talking like a grown-up?
Mr. Castro.
Okay, but so how is Rudy talking to the other boys? Is he talking like another student, or is he talking more like a grown-up would?
Like a student.
He's talking to them like he's just a regular student? So what do you think, Ling Chi? How is Rudy talking to the other boys?
Could you say the question again?
How is Rudy talking to the other? Lily, what is he saying to the other boys?
Hey, the first sentence is, yeah, let's knock it off.
Okay, what else does he say to them?
Carlos, leave Mimi alone. Save it for the playground.
Okay, thank you, Lily. So, with these, Tutmang, how is he talking to the other boys? Like he's another student or more like he's one of the adults?
He's talking like he's an adult.
Like he's an adult. Okay, good job. And Richard says, Rudy speaks to his friends like he's the boss of them. Okay, so Rudy seems to think that he's in charge of his friends. He is the responsible one. He's telling them to knock it off, save it for the playground. He's acting kind of like a teacher. Okay. So Miata gives her speech. So I want to know, what do most of the ideas in Miata's speech reveal about her motives for running an office? So why do we think Miata is running for office? So let's reread this part here. Okay, so who can read this page for us? This page for us, please. Talking about Miata. Maggie.
Miata looked at the clock. Good morning, Miata said. It's almost afternoon, Carlos yelled. Miata looked at the clock on the wall. She continued with a bright tone in her voice. I'm taking your vote next Tuesday. I wanted to be your president. President of the United States, Carlos yelled through the palm of his hand. With that, Mrs. Castillo, now stone-faced, shook a finger at him. He returned to sitting as straight as an angel. Not a breath in as she gathered strength. She inflated her lung and boomed. If elected, I plan to beautify the school grounds. I wanted to get rid of all that
Cholo.
shallow gravity and put some flowers in by our fifth grade rooms. Some of the students, mostly girls, applaud. I'm sure you're tired of the cochino-looking school. Miara boomed even louder. There was more applause, but not enough to make Miara confident. She eyed Anna in the audience. Anna hadn't clapped that hard. Miara clicked her tongue and thought, come on, Anna, let's get with it.
Okay, so from this page, what can we tell? What is one of Miata's reasons or motives for running for class president? Why does she want to run for class president, Ciro?
She wants to run for class president so that she could make the school more beautiful and make it more clean.
Yep, good job. She wants to beautify the school grounds, make it more clean. Good job. Okay, let's keep reading. So, okay, who wants to read this page for us? Maybe we can split it into two. All right, Lily, do you want to read the first half, please?
Those are good ideas, Anna remarked, not too gravely. She looked around the audience. No one was applauding. Miata paused, somewhat shaken. She had practiced with Anna on the school grounds, but now behind the podium, the words didn't seem as powerful. I plan to get parents involved, Miata included. I want them to help with the cleanup. Only one student applauded. It was Carlos. He was applauding as hard as rain on a car roof. He wouldn't stop until Mrs. Castillo beckoned him with a finger. He was being called out of the room. He rose to his feet and said, "I'll vote for you, Miata. You're nicer." Then, looking at Rudy, Carlos stepped over his classmate sitting on the floor. "Nah, I better vote for Rudy. I owe him a quarter." He was prodded from the multi-purpose room towards the principal office.
Okay, good job. And the last part of this page. Elsa, can you read, please?
Just think, Miata said, her voice weak. She was losing her confidence. We can put some really nice, what are they called?
Azaleas.
Azaleas and pansies outside our windows. The walls will be all cleaned up like they are now. She looked at her scribbled notes, then up toward the audience. It may work, but we can do it. The audience scrunched up their faces. "And I have plans for the school trip," Maya countered quickly, sensing that she was losing her listeners. "And I have a fundraising idea for how we can get computers." The audience yawned. Two posters that said "Vote for Miata and Anna" sank down.
Okay, good job. So what are some other words that help us to figure out Miata's motives for running? Tuelam, what other words help us to figure out her motives for running? What else does she want to do?
She wants to get rid of all the chief for graffiti and put some flower in by our fifth grade room.
Okay, so that's on the previous page. We just read page 89 now. So at the bottom of page 89, what else does she have plans to do?
A school trip,
And what else?
a fundraising idea for how we can get computers.
Okay, so these are the main things that she talks about in her speech. Okay, good job. So, what about her speech and her language in her speech? Is it formal or informal, B? What kind of language is she using?
She's using formal.
Yep, more formal language. Okay, good job. So, after her speech, Miata sits down and she sees. So, how did she feel the whole time she was giving her speech?
She felt unconfident.
Unconfident. Okay. So, when you're giving a speech in front of many people and you're feeling unconfident and nervous, do you think you have to work hard or it's easy to do that?
You have to work hard.
Okay, so then she probably feels pretty exhausted afterwards. Good job. So, what about Rudy's speech? So, let's read Rudy's speech next. Hung Dao, can you read the first part of Rudy's speech here?
Then Rudy stood up. He approached the podium and leaped up onto the box. "Hey, I like this," he laughed as he held on to the podium and wobbled the box and said, "It's like a skateboard." The audience laughed. From where he sat, Miata could see that more than one boy was chewing bubble gum. Rudy then became serious. He looked at Miata and said, "She's got some ideas. Miata would make a good press, but I think I will make a truly great one." The audience laughed. And you know why? Rudy asked.
All right, thank you. And who can read this second part here for us? P, can you read, please?
Yes. Why? Some of the boys in the audience repeated. Rudy turned a cup ear to the audience. I can't hear you. Why? Yelled a mixed group of boys and girls. Still can't hear you. Rudy smiled. Why? The entire audience yelled. Rudy nodded his head, smiling. He had their attention. It's because I'm going to work to get us more recess time. The audience applauded and chanted, more recess, more recess, more recess. Yeah, gentle.
Gente?
And instead of just 15 minutes, I'm going to ask the principal for 20, at least, maybe even half an hour, homeboys.
Okay, so let's talk about the differences between Rudy's speech and Miata's speech. So I need cameras on or else I'm going to start removing people from the meeting. Boo, tell me a difference between the two speeches. What does Rudy talk about in his speech? What are his motivations for running for class president? Or what does he promise in his speech? What does Rudy tell the other students that he's going to do if he gets elected? Kent, do you know? Were you paying attention?
Yes.
Tell me.
Summary is different. Because summaries are different. Rudy different from Miata because
What does Rudy promise the students?
she promised that she she promised that she will going to work to get us to get the student to have more time, more recess time.
More recess time. So Rudy says that he is going to get everyone more recess or break time. Okay, and then Miata, remember, Miata wanted to make the school more beautiful, go on class trips, and raise money for getting new computers. Okay, so that's the content of their speeches is different. What about the way that they give their speeches? Do you know, how is the way that they give their speeches different?
Rudy is like he is like he wants to have everyone to have their attention on to him, and then he can let his speech. But
So Rudy is able to get everyone's attention.
Mita don't get everyone's attention.
Yep. So Rudy, we know does a good job of getting everyone's attention, whereas Miata, all the students stop paying attention. Okay, Sierra, do you have anything else to add? How the speeches are different?
Rudy uses informal slang words in his speech, like he uses vete or homeboys, while Miata uses formal words please think of me when you vote on Tuesday, or maybe she says
Yep.
we could put some really nice azaleas and pansies outside our windows.
Yeah, good job. So Miata's speech is very formal. She's very polite, whereas Rudy says things like, yeah, gente, and maybe even half an hour, homeboys. So very informal speech. Okay, good job, Ciro. Okay, good job. Let's keep reading. So how are Rudy and Miata alike, and how are they different after their speeches? Okay, I want to know. So we have the idiom to put on a good face. What do we think this idiom means? Down at the bottom, it says, here we go. After the debate, the students returned to their classrooms. Miata tried to put on a good face. What do we think that this one means? Ken, what do you think the idiom put on a good face means?
I think it means that Miyata tried to seem like happy,
Even though?
even though she is really upset and nervous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what does this tell us about Miata? What character trait can we give to Miata from this part of the story? Say, Mitzi? So Hen says that put on a good face means that Miata is going to seem calm and she's going to make herself seem fun even though she's nervous and not feeling great. What does this tell us about her?
Remember that we are now defining the definition of the word food. The meaning of the word food.
Even though this is difficult for her, is she going to give up, Mitzi? So what character trait can we give to her? Say again, Mitzi? Yep, she is determined to win. She's not going to let a few setbacks ruin her chances at the election. Okay. Okay, so we have the words slam, trudge, and groan on this page here. Let's talk about these ones. So she heard the screen door slam and his heavy trudge into the kitchen. She heard the groan of the faucet and then her father calling Miata, Vinaka. So why does the author use the words slam, trudge, and groan? What kind of mood or feeling is the author giving from these words? Chimai?
Because the author wants to give strong words.
Okay. What kind of feeling is the author trying to convey using the words slam, groan, and trudge?
They want to use that the strong actions and feelings the characters are doing.
Okay, so how do you think Miata's father feels as he gets home? Slam the door. He trudged to the kitchen.
Angry, he's upset.
Yeah, maybe he's not in a great mood, right? He's not probably super excited. He's probably had a long day at work. Okay, good job, Chimai. Okay, that is about all the time we have for today. So we're going to talk more about this story tomorrow. So I want everyone to do pages 25 and 26 in their readers' notebooks for homework today. And then we will go over that tomorrow and we will talk more about compare and contrast tomorrow. Okay? Does anyone have any questions about what we talked about today or what to do for homework?
No.
No.
Bye-bye, Miss Lisa.
Miss Lisa,
Yes, Kent?
how about the paragraph that you gave us before we absent from school? The one that you I finished writing the worksheet that you gave that tell about what things do you do to if you run for the class president.
Are you talking about the story that we need to write?
No, the worksheet that you give us each folder to put in it.
Yep, so we're gonna keep doing that. So are you talking about, let's see, I'll show you. We did the graphic organizer, we did analyze the prompts, we did graphic organizers, stuff like that?
Yes, the one that
we need to tell about like step 1, what we will do to for the class if we are the class then.
Mm-hmm. We'll keep working on that.
So we need to, do we need to take a picture and send it to you or Miss Yen?
Yes, you
Because
can,
I
and then I
finished.
can check. But this one, are you talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, but we're gonna keep working on it. So you can keep everything that you have in your folder, and then we're gonna do, I think, dialogue for this lesson. So we're gonna
Okay.
add more to our story, add more, and then you'll finish it after lesson 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. I'll see you guys
Bye.
tomorrow. Have a good day.